So, while we're sitting here in this amazing Southern California traffic, why don't you kind of tell me a little about this car?
Well, it's a 1984 Corvette. It's a C4. When it came out, it won Car of the Year, and it was the biggest change Corvette had seen almost since their inception. So this is called the first of the modern Corvettes. And they pretty much have stayed with this style and design until this year, until the mid-engine 2020 Corvette's coming out. Unique to this car is two-tone paint. Not a lot of C4s had it in '84. The cloth sport seats that we're sitting in was an upgrade. This one has a Z51 suspension. And when this suspension came out on this car, it was made for the track. It was the first Corvette that actually could be a true sports car.
So it was stiff.
It was stiff.
Which meant there were a lot of people that didn't like it.
A lot. So many people, in fact, that in 1985, Chevy got rid of the suspension completely. Totally changed it.
And
made
ruined
it
the car.
And they ruined it. I mean, if you're buying a Corvette, you're buying it because you want to go fast.
You want to go play.
Want handling.
Yeah. Welcome to California traffic. This is the 101 on the daily.
Every day.
But hopefully, pretty soon, we'll be up in Piuma having a little bit of fun.
What's cool about this car is it's really been sitting for like 10 years. Nobody's been driving it. The battery was dead. We threw a new battery in it and then got the tires on it, hopped out, came here on the Canyon, and this car just impressed us. The handling, the driving, we got stuck in traffic, bumper to bumper traffic with the AC on. For how old the car is, everything still works. And it works really well. And it's just a joy to drive because you can't get a car like this anymore. The steering, the pedal actually has a cable, and it's not drive-by-wire. It just takes you back to a simpler time, and it's a lot of fun driving. It has a Crossfire Injection on the engine, which only 1984 had. They discontinued it for 1985. It's a 350 cubic inch engine, 205 horsepower. It's low on horsepower because the emission restrictions were getting tighter, and they didn't know how to build a big horsepower motor and meet those emissions. Regardless of that, because of the gearing and the torque on this car, it's still incredibly fast.
And also the lightweight. Because since this car only weighs just over 3,200 pounds, which is the same as like a 911S today, it's super lightweight, so that even though it only has 205 horsepower, it gets up and goes. It moves well. The wheels are tire specific and side specific. They can't go anywhere else because of the way the fans intake air. They're designed for side specific, and then they're also wider in the back, so you can't move the rears to the fronts and you can't move the side to side, because if you do it, the fan works in the opposite direction and you're no longer cooling the brakes but heating them up.
You mean to tell me this entire time you guys had this car, you didn't talk about the coolest factor of it?
What?
Are you kidding me? The 3 separate LCD screens. They're liquid crystal displays. They were the first automobile in the 80s to come out with it. Technically, it was the first Corvette, actually. And to be honest with you, I'm surprised this is not the wow factor of the entire car.
No, it is.
Is it?
At night.
Why at night?
At night. We had to wait till night to really show it off. That's why we didn't talk about it.
That sounds like landing gear. That literally sounds like landing gear.
It's rad, isn't it?
I think that's another cool factor in itself, too.
80s.
80s. And thanks for tuning into this session of the '84 Corvette. Catch us next time on the Throttle Report.